Hey, I'm waiting outside the doctor's office for Dad. I brought him to the doctor. He's been running a fever. And why I sat here, okay, so this morning I received this book. It's a recipe book. You write your own recipes in here. So it's pretty cool. You got the first page shows some measurements, which I pretty much know measurements. And then you've got on these 2 pages table of contents. Right here at the top, Crawfish Etouffee. Now, Crawfish Etouffee is what I'm going to be making Sunday. Sad thing is, Daniel won't have any. He won't be there Sunday. They've got a bass tournament, fishing tournament. The big bass splash. So that's all weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he will not be home. So I've already wrote this recipe down. It really is so simple. Can y'all see me? I feel like maybe it's my glasses. Okay. It's very simple. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you the recipe right now. So you can get whatever it is that you might not have at your own house. And we will be having this etouffee over rice. So that's a give. Rice is a staple in our house. I mean, it's not like I eat it all the time, but I have it all the time. So, but we'll be having the etouffee over the rice. I'm going to serve it with hush puppies. I will not make them myself. Maybe one day we'll do that, but I'm just going to buy some frozen ones. And I think I'm going to put it with corn. I think corn, when you get that bite, when you get your spoon in there, your fork, and you scoop up that rice and etouffee, and you get a couple of little kernels of corn, it's still going to taste good. Okay, so we're going to start out, and it's going to make a big old pot. So you might want to half this if you don't have many. But you can always stick it in the refrigerator and eat it for the next 3 or 4 days, or possibly freeze it. I do not know how well etouffee freezes, and I may search that. So on Sunday when I'm cooking live, and I'm going to have to remember how to do a live because it's been a long time since I did that live, the first live. Might have to call Buddy or Steph over to get me started. But, so here is the recipe, okay? So, if you have to, when you're watching this video, if you have to go back and stop and pause and write, that's fine. It's the whole reason why I give you the recipe and tell you what we're cooking ahead of time. So, crawfish etouffee. This may not be the way, maybe you make etouffee all the time and this isn't your way, and that's fine. I have never, remember when I made gumbo? I'd never made gumbo myself. I'd helped Mom make gumbo. I'd never made gumbo myself, and maybe some people did not make gumbo the way my mom made it or the way I made it, and I have an eye twitch. I'm fixing to start this truck. I was going to go inside and sit in the doctor's office, but because I dropped him off and I ran over and got a battery for the expedition, and then I came back and I thought, well, I'll just sit here and go over and write my recipe because this was in my car, because this came to Mom and Dad's house. It came, there was things for me and a box of things for Dad and some other people. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start my truck real quick. Windows up. Okay. Alright, crawfish etouffee. 4 sticks of butter. Mine will be salted butter. Maybe you don't have salted butter, that's fine. I always buy salted butter. Or when I make the butter, in the jar, I add salt. So Okay, 4 sticks of butter. Then you want the Holy Trinity, which is your onions, your bell pepper, and your celery. You're going to make that as much that you need for your pot of etouffee. I am not going to cut bell peppers and onions and celery. I will purchase probably 2 1-pound bags of frozen Trinity. Okay, then garlic, and I have garlic in a jar. I do not smash the garlic and all that stuff. I don't do that. I have it in a jar. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce, paprika, hot sauce, Cajun seasoning. Now, this recipe came from Southern Boys. I don't know if any of y'all guys have seen him. So he, he's pushing his Cajun seasoning. I don't believe mine is Southern Boys. Anyway, Cajun seasoning. Just whatever you use. It's fine. Maybe yours is not Southern Boys. Maybe it's something else. But Cajun. Okay. Salt and pepper. Then you're going to put in 4 teaspoons, I guess you would say. They can kind of be heaping of cornstarch. Then you're going to put in, the recipe that he uses calls for 4 cups of water. I am going to put in 3 cups of water. And then if I feel like I need more water, I will add it later. I'm going to start with 3, but the recipe actually calls for 4. All right, and then 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 2 pounds of crawfish. I will just be getting mine at Walmart. I'm gonna get them 1-pound bags that are the frozen crawfish tails, okay? And then green onions cut up. And it really is what I read to you is the directions of how you do it. You're going to melt your butter. That was the first ingredient, and that's the first thing you're going to do, melt your butter. Then you're going to add your Trinity. Then you're going to add the garlic. And I did not say 2 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon, 1 cup, whatever. You do garlic to you. I'm probably going to put like 2 tablespoons of garlic. And like I said, my garlic's going to come in the jar. They call it garlic. Okay. Then I'm gonna shake a couple of shakes of Worcestershire sauce, and then I'm gonna shake a couple of hot sauce. Don't want to make it too hot, too spicy, because Mom will not be able to eat it, and I don't really like hardcore spice either. I'm gonna shake some of my Cajun seasoning. I'm gonna add the salt and pepper. I'm gonna add the 4 spoons of cornstarch. I'm going to add 3 cups of water, not 4, unless I need more. I'm going to add the cream of mushroom soups. That's 2 cans. Do I have that right? Yes, 2 cans. Then I'm going to add the crawfish. Then I'm going to cut up some green onions and throw on top. And I'm going to start, I'm going to pop the lid on, and I'm going to let it simmer. Turn it down to simmer. And then I'm going to go on about my day, my morning, until it's time to start the rice and the hush puppies. And then, like I said, I'm going to have corn. Maybe you're not a corn eater. Maybe you would just be perfectly happy with the etouffee on rice. Maybe you would be perfectly happy with the hush puppies and the etouffee on the rice. Or just hush puppies and etouffee and no rice. I can tell you that the video that he has out, which, oh my gosh, it looks so good, but I cannot afford it. And Daniel's probably got a lot of fish, but I'm not going to bother him. Since he's not even going to be there, I'm not going to bother him for fish. And I really don't think I want to, like, if I was going to do what this man did. He made the etouffee. Then when he plated it up, because he also made fried catfish. And I love catfish. And you cannot substitute catfish for any other fish because it just does not taste the same. And Mom probably makes the best fried catfish that I've ever had. And she makes it well. I can make it like Mom. But that's where I learned how to make it with Mom. And all we do is the cornmeal. We don't do a batter or any of that. We dip it in cornmeal and we fry it. And you can always tell when catfish is ready because when you put it in, it's going to kind of go to the, the bottom. When it's done, it's going to be floating on top. You just scoop it out. Fried catfish is the best. Ugh, it's the best. Okay, so anyway, in the video, this man plated up, put the bed of rice, then he slapped 2 pieces of fried catfish on top of the rice. Then he spooned over the etouffee. And I thought, oh my gosh, it made me want to eat. It made me want to eat right then, and it made me want to go to find a Cajun place that would make what he just made. Now, he called it, I think he called it Catfish Louisiana. And I don't know if that's a real thing or if he made that up. I really don't. Because he even made a comment. He goes, you probably are asking yourself, what's catfish? I think he said Catfish Louisiana. Anyway. But you know what? In my opinion, catfish, fried catfish, and French fries, and hush puppies. That is a meal. So I'm perfectly fine because first off, I went to Walmart, and Walmart, I can batter it myself, but to me that's more things I have to do on that Sunday morning. And sometimes my Sunday mornings are so hectic with Levi.
Call ended.
Mom was calling me. I'm going to call her back. I'm fixing to be done. So, yeah, I'm just going to do the etouffee and make it on rice with hush puppies. And I think I'm going to throw in a side of corn. And that's going to be our meal on Sunday. So, you guys, I'm going to send y'all this video. Y'all can get ready for Sunday morning. And then we're going to go live making etouffee. Which is probably not going to take but a minute. Because I don't think any of this recipe is like one of them long drawn out recipes. It's just not. So anyway. Alright, love you guys. God bless y'all. Pray for Dad. I don't know why he's sick. And I'll see you guys later. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.